Like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget to subscribe to the podcast show. Link will be pinned in the top of the chat.
Just name the channel who could bang with us. I'll prove that you are smoking dust. GTV Media is top notch in this game, y'all. You failures only have yourself to blame, y'all. Cricket TV and a weapons make you suckers cry. Why don't you close your channel, crawl into a hole and die? Shout out to those who love our movement, no, we'll never flop until you get your mouth off LGBTQ. We are the underground out the job. We built this whole thing by ourselves, no in y'all. Independence start with self-preservation. If you can't take care of self, then how can you build a nation, y'all? Yup, we got that merch for the ladies and yes, we even got that merch for the babies and we got appliances and everything that you will need. We got some banging songs that make anemic haters bleed.
Lord Jesus, have mercy, man. Like, share, subscribe, man. Ring that bell as y'all come on in. Salute to everybody that's tapped in, man. If y'all ain't subscribed, make sure y'all subscribe. If y'all ain't run the bell, make sure y'all hit the bell after y'all subscribe. Hit the all button. That way y'all get all the updates when I release video content on the channel, man. Let's get right into this. But first, let me get a mic check, man. Y'all press 1 if y'all can hear me in the comment section, man. Shout out to Love Life. Shout out to Janice. Shout out to Cockroaches. Shout out to Protagonist. Shout out to Neon, Mrs. Real Deal, Israel, Sheila, Talia, Kyra Knowles, Robert, Troy, Dwayne, Blow, Keith, Nemo, Shernette, Julian, Belinda, Monica, Game Media, my boy Old Head Podcast. Can y'all hear me? Y'all can hear me? Everybody in the chat room, y'all can hear me? Man, here we go again, man. Horrible news for Diddy, man. Right out of TMZ, man. You guys ain't gonna believe this one. Brand new lawsuit just dropped with some unreal allegations, man, against Diddy, man. According to TMZ, the woman says that Diddy used threats to her of violence in order to take it from her. But I'm gonna read the report so you guys can see what happened. It says Diddy forced a college to take her clothes off under the threat of violence, and once she was undressed, he forced himself on her and R-worded her, according to the reports. It says all while she was begging him to stop, at least according to the new lawsuit. It goes on to say that you know what I'm saying, some 20 years later, the woman is now suing, and she wants a jury trial. She wants a trial by jury. She's being represented by Tony Buzbee. That's the lawyer who said he was coming out with those lawsuits. He said he had 120 lawsuits. Well, he just started dropping, and that was the first one that just dropped today. It says that the attorney, Tony Buzbee, says he's representing 120 alleged Diddy victims. Diddy's bad boy corporations are also being sued, as well as, check this out, y'all. Tony was not capping, y'all. Tony Buzbee said he was including hotels, he was including entities, he was including all of these things in the lawsuit. She wants a jury trial. She wants a jury trial against Diddy. They have implicated the Marriott Hotel in this thing, man. Lord Jesus have mercy. It says that Diddy's bad boy corporations are also being sued, as is the Marriott Hotel, man, the Marriott International. They're suing the Marriott, y'all. Busby says the Marriott management as well was well aware. This is crazy, y'all. This is something y'all need to smash the like button, but this should get deeper than the Carter right here. It says Diddy's bad boy corporations are being sued, as is the Marriott International. Busby says the Marriott management was well aware of Diddy and his activities and looked the other way rather than intervene. We reached out to Diddy's camp in the Marriott. So far, no word back. It goes on to say, she says she sat in a dark room for herself for about 30 minutes until a different security guard came and told her she could leave. She says She got her things and left immediately, called a taxi, and went back to her college dorm. The woman who is suing as a Jane Doe says Diddy got off her to talk to the security guard, and the men left the room, and Diddy told her to stay, threatening to unalive her if she left. It goes on. It says she says the door to the room ultimately opened. She believed it was due to her cries, and the security guard who had brought them to the room came in to ask if everything was all right. And that's when her friend bolted out of the room. The woman says she couldn't escape though because Diddy allegedly was still on top of her. Goes on to say in her lawsuit, the woman says Diddy soon turned his sights on her and forced her to undress under the threat of violence, allegedly forcing himself on her and R-wording her. It says that in the documents, the woman says that her and her best friend were then locked inside the room with Diddy, and she says he gave them drinks and told them to do the C word that he had prepared for use on a coffee table. She says she didn't want to do the C word, and Diddy continued getting gradually more aggressive with her and her friend to the point where he began touching them without consent. The woman says when they resisted, Diddy ordered her friend to perform top on him and threatened to kill them both if she didn't. The woman says her friend complied and she begged Diddy to let them leave, to which he did not agree. It goes on to say, man, this thing is deeper than a Carter, man. It says the woman says she and her friend agreed to go to the party and they were taken to a hotel by a member of Diddy's entourage. And when they got to the hotel suite and tried to mingle with the guests drinking and listening to music, they were instead grabbed and taken into a separate room. She says she asked the guy who took her to the room where they were going, and he responded, "You know what you're here for." And according to the lawsuit obtained by TMZ, the woman says she was flattered and excited to receive an invite from a celebrity like Diddy. So she went to the photo shoot with one of her girlfriends, where she says they met Diddy and were invited to an after party at the Manhattan area Marriott hotel, man. It goes on and says the Bad Boys founders is being sued by a woman in Tennessee who claims that she was only blank years old in a blank in 2004 when she got invited to Diddy's photo shoot across the street from her blank campus in Brooklyn, New York. It goes on to say Diddy forced a blank to take her blank off under threat of violence, and once she was undressed, he forced himself on her, fondled, R-worded her, all while she begged him to stop, according to the new lawsuit that just came out. This is absolutely devastating. Now, Diddy, ladies and gentlemen, Tony Buzbee is not only suing Diddy, he's suing the Marriott Hotel, as he says, my bad, y'all, he says, in the Marriott Hotel, he says that Tony Buzbee says that they were complicit in this and said that the Marriott Hotel was well aware of what Diddy was doing over there with these chicks. This is definitely going to blast the Marriott Hotel, right? Just going to put them in a vice grip right here because everybody's going to ask questions about the Marriott now, the Marriott International. Now, I'm going to play what Tony Buzbee said to y'all, and Tony Buzbee said he got 120 of these, and this is just number one. This is number one. He said he was going to start doing it this week. He wasn't lying. He started off on Monday. Tony Buzbee said he was going to start dropping lawsuits this week. People said, oh, he capping, he lying. This girl says she want a jury trial. She said she want a jury trial so that they can present her evidence. She want a jury trial in this case, man. And they're saying, like I said, they bringing the Marriott into this too. Now, check this out, man. I'm going to let y'all hear what Tony Buzbee had to say about it, because Tony Buzbee said that he had 120. He said he had 120, and he said he was going to start dropping them this week like hotcakes. And he said this week, he said that the lawsuits he was going to drop this week was only going to name entities, like different entities and stuff like that. Tony Buzbee said that later this month, he going to start dropping the other celebrities and other people's names who abetted, aided, and assisted in these things. Tony Buzbee wasn't capping. He came out right today. He came out right today, y'all. And y'all seen what it is.
Forward. Our team has had at this point more than 3,285 individuals contact us with people claiming to have been victimized by Sean Combs. After vetting, we now represent 120 individuals who intend to bring civil claims in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs, as well as claims against many other individuals and entities that we will name as defendants as we file these individual cases. And you should know, to the extent the clients feel comfortable, we also intend to make these individuals available to the authorities, specifically to the FBI. And you should also know a few of them have already been spoken to by the FBI. Now, before we discuss the nature of the claims and claimants themselves, let me comment on the large volume of calls we have received since our first announcement. Even before the indictment of Sean Combs, we had received a small volume of calls and had screened a handful of cases. After the indictment of Sean Combs and the announcement that we were pursuing these claims, the floodgates opened. People who wouldn't otherwise, for a variety of reasons, are now stepping forward to make their voices heard and to pursue justice. But no, most of these people are scared. They fear backlash in their communities. They fear backlash in their own families. They are afraid of retaliation from the perpetrators and their associates. They are rightly afraid for their own personal safety. I expect that through this process, many powerful people will be exposed. Many dirty secrets will be revealed. We know what we are potentially up against. And as is always the case in situations like this, when a celebrity is involved, people can be downright mean and nasty. You'd be shocked.
Now, let me pause that real quick, because Tony Buzbee didn't just drop one. Tony Buzbee just dropped a boatload of lawsuits. Now, brand new coming in right now, you guys. There are several men who have just dropped lawsuits and allegations against Diddy through lawyer Tony Buzbee. Again, there are several men who have just dropped lawsuits, and I'm going to read them to you guys live. Y'all smash the like button and subscribe as y'all come on in. I'm going to read these lawsuits live to you guys as we're on air, so make sure you guys hit the like button, share, and subscribe. If you guys haven't already known what's going on, a woman who claimed to be a student at the time in her first year claimed that Diddy took her to the Marriott International and R-worded her. She wants a jury trial against Diddy in the Marriott International Hotel. She wants a jury trial. They're saying that that is a situation they're alleging that was not consensual and that the Marriott had complete knowledge about. That was the very first lawsuit that Tony Buzbee dropped today. Then Tony Buzbee, ladies and gentlemen, he just dropped another bombshell lawsuit today as well. He said that he had about $150. He seemed like he got $150. Y'all smash the like button as y'all come on in, man. I'm just gonna give y'all the breakdown. Here go the breakdown right here. So Tony Buzbee now, what just came out right now, off the presses, right? Out of the 120 lawsuits, this is what came out just now. So another one just came out, ladies and gentlemen. Another one just came out stating that Diddy is now, a man has now filed a claim against Sean Combs. A man. Now, I'm going to read to you guys the allegations from this man in this new claim right now. I'm going to read it right now to y'all. Y'all smash the like button as y'all come on in. Share and subscribe to the channel if y'all not already subscribed. I'm going to read to y'all right now. I'm going to read to y'all. All right. Let me make sure I put this on the screen for y'all. I want to get this on the screen so we official for y'all. All right. So there we go right there. Hold on. There we go right there on the screen for everybody that's watching this video. All right. That's another one that just came out today. And we're going to get into that right now. We're going to get into this right now, you guys. I'm going to put this on the screen for you guys so that you guys can see. Y'all smash the like button. I'm bringing this to y'all live right now as it's coming out. The lawsuits have just been filed right now against P. Diddy. Brand new lawsuits. The lawyer who said he had 120 lawsuits, he was never capping because he just started off with a barrage today. Now, let's get into this. So, in this new lawsuit, the one I just read you was new, and this one is new too. It says that Diddy sued again, men claiming, you know what, right? Now, according to reports, it said the floodgates are open, and Diddy is being sued left and right by people who claim he sexually R-worded them. It says, including a handful of men. Now, this is 6 new lawsuits that Tony Buzbee dropped today out of the 120 from men. Diddy has now been named in 6 separate lawsuits filed by Tony Buzbee, the Texas attorney who says he's representing up to 120 alleged Diddy victims, and 4 of the 6 files so far feature male accusers. 4 of the 6 are men. Now, it goes to say in these allegations right here, ladies and gentlemen, y'all can see on y'all screen, it says that in one suit, a man says he was working for Echo Clothing back in 2008, and he knew Diddy through his work. He says as Diddy was developing and marketing Sean John, a competing brand, he says he ran into Diddy, a competing brand, my bad. He says he ran into Diddy and Diddy's 3 bodyguards in the stockroom of Macys flagship store in New York City in May of 2008. Let me stop right there real quick. Y'all smash the like button, share, and subscribe. Remember, Macys pulled their promotion of Diddy. Macys was selling Diddy's products, and they pulled the promotion once the Cassie video came out. Remember that. You guys got to remember that Macys pulled the promotion of that when it came out. To the brother who says, where's the evidence? Obviously, my brother, you don't know a goddamn thing. Excuse my French, but you sound like a fucking idiot, and you don't know a damn thing about the legal system. See, what happens is this. When you file a lawsuit just doesn't go through off baseless claims. You have to have some statute of evidence to be able to get that lawsuit filed. Now, what happens is, sir, when you go to court, you present the evidence, sir. That's what happens. You file a claim. You send the claim in with whatever evidence you have. The courts decide whether or not they're going to approve whether the lawsuit goes through or not. And then you get a court date. You go to court and you present your evidence in court, Janet Jackass. Now sit down and shut the hell up. The hell is wrong with you people? Now let me get back to what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by a walking ish thing. Now back to what I was saying. He says he ran into Diddy and Diddy's 3 bodyguards in the stockroom of Macys flagship store in NYC in May of 2008. And he claims someone pistol whipped in the back of his head and caused him to fall to his hands and knees. He claims Diddy approached him and said, "S my D, Echo," and brutally, orally R-worded him. Let me repeat that again. This guy says that he was working for Echo Clothing Line, who was a rival to Diddy's Sean John clothing line at Macys, right? He knew Diddy through his work. He said as Diddy was developing and marketing the Sean John, he ran into Diddy and 3 of his bodyguards in the stockroom of Macys flagship store in NYC in 2008. And he claims someone pistol whipped him in the back of the neck, calls him to fall to his hands and knees, and he claims Diddy approached him and said, "S my D," echo, and brutally and orally R-worded him. Now, let's stop right there before we move forward. How do you prove this? He said it's in the Macys stock room. Well, guess what? In the Macys stock room, guess what it has to be in the Macys stock room? Cameras. Now, depending on how long ago this was, will they have the camera footage? I don't know. You don't know. We don't know. We don't know if there's witnesses. We don't know what there is. So that's why we wait till they go to court and we see the evidence. Once you get to court, man, that's why. We just wait to get to court and see the evidence. He's making a claim. Doesn't mean that Diddy did this or didn't do this. It means that he has to present his evidence in court. This fool gonna come in the comment section and ask me, "Oh, where the evidence at?" He gotta show it in court. The hell is wrong with people? People keep talking about, "Hey man, I ain't seen no evidence." They act like they don't know how the court system works. The court system works is when you get to court, they show your ass the evidence, dog. Stop acting like you was born at night. Some of y'all was born last night. Let's keep going, man. Back to the program, man. Proceed, man. In another lawsuit, a man claims he was hired to work for Diddy's 2006 white party, where he believes he consumed a drink laced with GBH or X. He says Diddy forced him into a van, overpowered him, and R-worded him. The man claims Diddy inserted his beefcake into his you know what, to the other side, and R-worded him. He says that this alleged incident resulted in you know what leaking out of his body. Another man who's filed a lawsuit against Diddy today through Tony Buzbee, suing Diddy for claims. He says he went to a Diddy party in October of 2021 where he became disoriented after consuming one drink. He says the room started spinning, and the next thing he remembers is being in a bedroom paralyzed. He says at least 3 men R-worded him through blank and other forced acts, and claims he distinctly recalls seeing a naked Diddy above him at one point during the alleged assault. Right? Another man filed a lawsuit today, and he says that he was only you know what years. You see it on the screen right there. I ain't gotta say it to you. You see it on the screen. Y'all smash the like button, share, and subscribe. Right? These are all allegations. I'm just a mailman. I'm delivering the news. Don't get mad at me. I'm delivering the news. Right? Fourth lawsuit is from a man who says he was only blank years when he was invited to Diddy's 98 white party in the Hamptons, where he says they snapped a picture together. He says that Diddy took an interest in him and took him to a more private area to chat, where Diddy told him he had the right look for the music industry and could be made into a star with Diddy's help. He claims Diddy abruptly told him to drop his drawers and expose his beefcake for inspection, with Diddy saying it was a rite of passage and asking, "Don't you want to break into the business?" ? He says he succumbed, dropped his drawers, exposing his beefcake, and claims that Diddy cupped and held on to his Sakistan, squeezing. And you know what? Right? Right? The lawsuits are the first ones among the 120 that Tony Buzbee says he's filing against Diddy. TMZ said they reached out to Diddy's camp so far. No word. But I'll let you hear from Tony Buzbee.
Will go, no matter the evidence, to the contrary, to defend celebrities they love. I mean, there's a reason for this word fans. They're fanatics. I've personally already been threatened multiple times on social media. And when I agreed to pursue this, I expected as much. This isn't my first rodeo. But victims who step forward to have their voices heard should not be subjected to that kind of conduct. They should not be targeted. I want to say this, and I want to be clear about it. Although we are vetting each call as stringently as we can, I always start with a mindset that I believe victims. I believe victims because I understand the tremendous courage it takes to step forward. So if you're watching this, please hear me. If you're out there and you have been victimized, you are not alone. There is a great strength in numbers. You can seek redress. You can obtain justice. We can help you, and we will help you. That being said, as stated, we are vetting every call that we receive. We've had to turn away some. For each, we ask for corroboration. For each, we ask for the identity of witnesses. We also have collected pictures, videos, texts. We check venues, we check dates. We want to corroborate that the claims being made have legitimacy and merit. We have on staff now a former detective from the Major Offenders Unit of Houston Police Department who is helping us vet each claim. We're using our common sense. We're being stringent because, as I said, these are not easy cases. They're very tough. The process is hard, and in some cases, the process is very lengthy. These cases are hard to prove. Many times, it's the victim's word against the alleged perpetrator. Each of these victims will no doubt be publicly attacked by the alleged perpetrators, and in some cases, the general public. The feckless and cowardly keyboard warriors love to attack. We know what we're up against. We did not enter this fray blindly. I wish it was my last such fray. I wish this type of hate behavior wasn't so pervasive. But it is what it is, so we will press on. As I said, our law firms have been retained by 120 individuals at this point to pursue cases in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs. You should know, in this group, it is evenly divided between males and females. There's 60 males and 60 females who have joined us to pursue these claims as plaintiffs. In this group, 62% identify as African American, 30% are white, and the remainder Hispanic or Asian. The victims are from more than 25 states. The majority are from California, New York, Georgia, and Florida. I don't want to focus of these victims. When we talk about the ages of the victims when the conduct occurred, it's shocking. Our youngest victim at the time of the occurrence was 9 years old. We have an individual who was 14 years old. We have one who was 15. 25 of the 120 individuals who are plaintiffs in these cases were minors at the time of the acts complained of. The time frame of the acts complained of is very wide. The conduct at issue spans from the years 1991 all the way till this year, 2024. If you wonder why there are so many alleged victims, that's your answer. We're talking about more than 25 years of this type of conduct. Now, although most of the victims who have stepped forward were victimized after 2015, this has been going on for a very long time. Now, when you think about the fact that some of this conduct occurred 25 years ago, and you wonder why would it take somebody so long to step forward, I want to remind you that many states in the United States have recognized that it's very difficult for a victim to step forward and to make these types of allegations when something very terrible has happened to them. I'll use New York, the state of New York, as an example. The state of New York has specific statutes in place that revive claims that are even claims that would typically be not able to be brought, that it revives such claims, and they can be brought even 25 to 30 years later. Because there's a recognition there in New York and California and other states that it's very difficult for a victim to come forward. And I would respectfully suggest the only reason many of these people are coming forward because they see other victims coming forward. And it gives them some comfort that, hey, I won't be the only one. And I expect more victims will come forward. You know, there's an old saying that says, a lie has great speed, but truth has endurance. The acts complained of in these cases that we're going to file occurred primarily in New York, either Manhattan or the Hamptons, or occurred in California, primarily in Los Angeles, or in Florida, primarily in Miami. Most of these events and incidents occurred at parties, typically after parties, or album release parties, New Year's Eve parties, 4th of July parties, something they called a puppy party, the all-white party, although several of these events occurred at auditions. Many times, especially young people wanting to break into the industry, were coerced into this type of conduct in the promise of being made a star, or in the promise of having Sean Combs listen to their tape or even let them read for Sean Combs. You should know that some of this behavior occurred at well-known venues in New York City. Some of this behavior occurred at private residences of people that we all know. Some of this behavior occurred at hotels that we're all familiar with. You should know that more than 55% of the victims filed reported this conduct to either the authorities, that is the police, or to hospitals. We're in the process of collecting with our team assistants, medical records, reports that were made to the authorities. And I've already said that some of the individuals in this group did in fact talk to the FBI. You should know that several of the individuals, and when I say several, I mean many, who did in fact seek medical treatment were drug tested, and drugs were found in their system, weird drugs that you probably never heard of. One in particular that continues to pop up is a drug called xylazine, or trank, which based on our research is known as a horse tranquilizer. Now, there's been a lot of reports that we're filing a class action. This is not a class action. Class action is when one or two people file a case on behalf of a group of people. That's not this.
Now, to everybody who kept asking about, oh, what's the evidence? What's the evidence? Well, Tony Buzbee says that they have not only police reports that were ignored, he says that they also have medical reports that also were ignored. Shout out to Michelle Walker with the donation in the Cash App. Shout out to Bubba Hodges with the donation to the Cash App as well. If y'all want to donate, the link's pinned at the top of the comment section. For everybody who just came in here, y'all hit the like, share, and subscribe as y'all tap on in. I appreciate everybody for supporting the channel, showing love to what we do. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know how I get down around here. And so basically, Diddy, the lawsuits are flying left and right now, you guys. And the allegations are flying. Now, I want to go through some of these allegations because some of these things, Mark Curry, he addressed, I told you guys, Mark Curry addressed some of these things in his lawsuit with these men. Like one of these lawsuits, I'm about to show y'all right here. One of these lawsuits said that he woke up or he got up and Diddy was on top of him, above him, right there. Read that last line right there, y'all. Read that last line. It says, He says at least 3 men R-worded him through blank and other forced acts, and claims he distantly recalls seeing a naked Diddy above him, right? At one point during this thing. Now, I want y'all to listen to what Mark Curry said, how Diddy would approach guys who he was just around on a daily basis. This is a guy who was with Diddy every day. And this is the reason why I bang so hard on this, because these dudes was with him every single day, bro. What Mark Curry got to lie for, he was with Diddy every day and put himself into play.
Let me tell you something, I don't mean to cut you, this funny. I used to, we used to be on the road, you'd be like, yo, let me go with my Puff room, see what they doing. And you knock on Puff door, he'd be sitting there damn near butt naked. You ever just had a grown-ass man answer his hotel door butt naked, and they'd be like, come on in? You be like, I'll come back. You ever close your eyes, you be like, I guess you're not presentable. And then walk away, because see, what happens is, if they be like, come on in, and then you come on in, they be like, this man just came into my room, I'm sitting there butt-ass naked, I told him to come on in, and he came on in. You be like, so what's going on for the day? Acting like you don't notice he there naked. You be like, bro, put some clothes on. What are you doing? I don't want to see you naked. Grown man stuff, yo, that's kind of disrespectful. So when you get, that's called the test off. How you make sure you breaking in. Yo, call the artist up here to the room, tell him I want to have a meeting by my tub. He be in there by the tub and stuff, soaking and stuff. But
now stop right there. Mark Curry said he witnessed this. Mark Curry said, I'm telling y'all, they're going to use these interviews in a lawsuit. I'm telling y'all this. In court, they're going to use these interviews. And what he said Diddy would call the artist up. The artist. Now, remember what this one guy said. Read what this one guy said right here. He says, now look at this, y'all. A fourth lawsuit is from a man who says he was only blank years when he was invited to Diddy's 98 all-white party in the Hamptons, where he says they snapped a photo together. He says Diddy took interest in him and took him to a more private area to chat, where Diddy told him he had the right look for the music industry and could be made into a star with Diddy's help. It goes on to say that he says that Diddy abruptly told him to drop his drawers and expose his beefcake for inspection, right? With Diddy saying it was a rite of passage and asking, don't you want to break into the business? ? He says he succumbed and dropped his drawers, exposed his beefcake, and claims that Diddy cupped and held on to his beefcake, squeezing. Listen to what Mark said again about how Diddy would do his artists. Mark said he witnessed this. Mark Curry was right there. He said he witnessed this. They're going to use this in court. That's a witness right there. They're going to use that in court. That's why I be trying to tell y'all, man. Bro, listen, let me tell y'all something. They're going to use this in court. This man said he witnessed this. Listen one more time.
And they be like, come on in. You be like, I'll come back. You ever close your eyes, you be like, I guess you're not presentable. And then walk away, because see, what happens is, if they be like, come on in, and then you come on in, they be like, this man just came into my room, I'm sitting there butt-ass naked, I told him to come on in, and he came on in. You be like, so what's going on for the day? Acting like you don't notice he there naked. You be like, bro, put some clothes on. What are you doing? I don't want to see you naked. Grown man stuff, yo, that's kind of disrespectful. So when you get, that's called the test off. How you make sure you breaking in. Yo, call the artist up here to the room, tell him I want to have a meeting by my tub. He be in there by the tub and stuff, soaking and stuff. Butt-ass naked. You be like, how the hell am I supposed to have a meeting with a nigga butt naked in the tub? Nah, man, come back, man. Let me know when you presentable. That, and then freak off parties, man, listen. I'm not an angel. I ain't never did nothing morally incorrect, but I definitely not. The girls definitely have my share of pretty women and being famous. It just came with the life. But also what came with it was a lesson. Also, what came with it was, you know what, you can't keep doing the same thing over and over and over again and still expect to find somebody to truly love you. That right there, those kind of parties kept me from finding somebody who really cared about me. And it took me to leave those kind of parties, those kind of people, all that energy alone, just to even better understand me. That's what I did. That's why I've been. That's why I totally vanished from everything and said, you know, I'm going to be a better man, a stronger man. And that's what I recommended that he do. I'd be like, bro, it's time for you to be a stronger, a bigger person. But he still wanted to remain minute. And that's what's happening to him today. See him.
Yeah, that's wild, man. Him opening up the door naked, man. That's weird behavior.
Yeah. Anytime a man's naked around you and they feel comfortable with being naked around you, you know what I'm saying? You be like, something ain't right, man. What do you know what I mean? You know I knocked on the door. You knew it was another dude at the door. Like when I knocked, you know what I'm saying? Then you can go open the door, come on in. Walking with his butt out. You know, nah, I just closed the door. I'll see you later, bro. I guess y'all not ready for the day.
So, I mean, his own artist and co-worker said this about him. He said this about him. His own artist and co-worker said this about him, man. That this dude would just pull up a bucket naked. That's what he said he'd do. Pull up a bucket naked and invite you to come in his room. Invite you to come in his room. Right? Didn't I tell y'all this? Didn't I tell y'all this? Then y'all say, well, ticket. The dude said, or the girl said, look at what the girl said right here, y'all. I'm finna show y'all something because y'all got to put this stuff together, man. The girl said, this girl right here who filed a lawsuit today, she said that Diddy allegedly tried to force her to use that C word, that drug, right? Right there on your screen. Y'all see it right there. That's what she said, right? Right? Well, how can they prove that, ticket? Well, Gene Deal did an interview on the Art of Dialogue months ago, and he told y'all what I told y'all. Remember that boy that got arrested at the airport with Diddy? Remember he got a plea deal to where he did no time in prison. Let me repeat myself again. That boy who got arrested with Diddy, right? Everybody forgot about him. I've been told y'all about him. They forgot about him. He took a deal. He took a deal and didn't get any jail time. What do you think he took a deal? You think they gave him a deal? Let me tell you something. You get caught with the yayo on you at the airport, that's a federal crime. That's a federal crime, right? And I want to show you guys right here on the screen about this one too, about this cat. So they're going to say, oh, well, ticket, how can these people prove that this? Man, they're going to have this guy come in. I'm telling y'all what they're going to do. I'm telling y'all what they're going to do, right? They're going to use this and push this to the max. I promise y'all this. And y'all smashing like, hit the like button. I'm telling y'all this ahead of time. So when I'm right, y'all can come in here and say, hey, ticket, you right. If I'm wrong, you can unsubscribe. If I'm wrong, you can unsubscribe. I guarantee you if I'm wrong, you can unsubscribe. But I know I'm right. Because when I'm on to something, you damn right, you better believe I'm on to it. Now look at that article on y'all screen from People a few months ago. Back in May. Diddy's alleged drug mule will avoid jail time as he accepts a plea deal. Right? Now remember that boy they caught with him at the getting on when they did the raid that same day? Remember I told y'all that? Right? Now, they have confirmed, People has confirmed, the article says that Paul will avoid jail time following his arrest in March for the C word and the M word possession amid the federal sex trafficking accusations the hip hop mogul is facing. The 25-year-old has now entered a drug diversion program. Brennan accepted the prosecutor's offer to permit his entry into the diversion program, which after completion, the case against him will be dismissed in its entirety. Brian Bieber, Paul's attorney, said in a statement by People. Right? I want y'all to think about this. Right? Y'all think Y'all think that they just, and Lil Rod put him in the lawsuit too. Little Rod put this dude in the lawsuit, this mule. He put him in the lawsuit, right? So it says Paul had been previously named in a civil lawsuit filed by Combs' former producer, Lil Rod Jones, which Jones alleged that Paul was Combs' mule who acquires and distributes drugs and guns. What do they find in Diddy's house? Drugs and guns. How you think they got that warrant to get in Diddy's house? You think about it. Just do the math. But he gets away with no time. No time. No time. 0 time. Right? 0 time. I want y'all to really think about that. No time. Right? I want y'all to hear this now. So now, when they go back to this person that said, that alleged that Diddy made them do the, you know what? Read right there in the first paragraph. You say, how they going to prove that ticket? Right? Well, you got Gene Deal giving it to you right here on the Art of Dialogue. Shout out to Art of Dialogue. Gave it to you right here.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. He wasn't even with her, and he was still following her every move, man. But yeah, man, I can't believe it, man. I'm still in disbelief by that video, man. Yeah, it ain't looking good for Diddy, man. Oh. Yeah, it might be over, man. You can stick a fork in him. He's done. No Diddy. But you can stick a fork in him. He's done. There's no way that he could ever come back from this. He has to find a way to pay his penances with God. Do some charity work for domestic. I'm helping him out. You understand? Get rid of all these elusive preachers and everything, these TD Jakes and all that other bull crap. Get down with that down-home religion. Go and support some women groups from domestic violence. Support and do some charity work for women in battered shelters. Go and spend your life and your time helping men like yourself. Once you take care of your business and get on your knees and beg for Ms. Wallace's forgiveness for putting the notorious Big in that situation that he lost his life. That's a start. What you think about Diddy drug mule taking a plea deal?
Well, what I believe and what I think, he wasn't just a drug mule, he was a plant. He's a CI. That's a confidential informant.
Didn't I tell y'all that's what I thought? How y'all think that them people got them warrants to go in Diddy's house? They had to know that Diddy had guns. They had to know that Diddy had yayo. They had to know he had that in his house. Who else gonna know Diddy got that in his house? Y'all do the math. Think about it yourselves. I've been trying to tell y'all this.
He already had a case prior to him getting that case with Diddy now. He probably already had a handler of somebody that he was just trying to work it out. And that's what he did.
You think he told him any information about Diddy?
Yeah, he got to. They're not going to give you a deal for nothing because you got caught with the drugs, because you say they was for Diddy and them. You got to give us something.
And you...
To the person in the comment section who says Gene is an informant, you sound utterly ridiculous, and I'm going to tell you why. How can Gene be an informant when Gene's law enforcement, you dumb son of a snitch? You guys don't have no brains, bro. Use your brains, brother. You cannot be a snitch if you're law enforcement. Gene Deal has always said he's law enforcement. I don't understand what y'all don't get that through y'all brain for. Gene Deal has always said, he's never said I'm a gangster, I'm a thug, I'm in the street. He's always said he was law enforcement. What is wrong with people on YouTube? Yeah, man, Gene an informant, man. What do you mean? He is the goddamn law enforcement. People just don't have no brains. Just say anything, brother. A lack of knowledge destroys my people every day, man.
They're using all that information to indict Diddy.
Oh, no doubt. They taking their time, bro. They working on this and they taking their time.
How you feel about the people that feel like, at this point, Diddy, his name is tarnished to the point that, his own kids, they can't benefit from his name?
I think because because Diddy built this whole aura that he was about family, his kids, and he was trying to make them great. He was trying to put them in certain positions and stuff like that. I believe that it's going to hurt Justin. King Kong is out the window. It's going to hurt him crazy. Quincy, maybe. It's going people going to look at them and say, yo, listen here. If we have them on movies, if we have them on this, what the mass public is going to say. What is the public at large is going to say about this? So a lot of people is not going to want to even be involved in that because they don't want other people and to be involved in it. You get?
So that's what Gene said about the drug mule. And I already told y'all about that guy. I told y'all about that boy. I told y'all about the mule. I told y'all about him, man. I've already told y'all about him. I don't know why cats don't want to listen when I told them, right? I don't know why, but y'all should listen. Y'all should listen. And I'm just keeping it real with y'all, man. I'm just keeping it real with y'all, man. And so, again, it's going to get crazy because, he said other things. Gene has said that, Diddy has invited him to the bed before. He said that Diddy invited him to bed before. And so, he said he invited him to bed with 2 girls. That's what Gene said. Gene said that himself. That's different people.
You being around Diddy, right? You was working for Diddy for a long time. You seen a lot. You told me that he was a swinger, him being a part of orgies. And out of curiosity, right? You being around Diddy so long, I'm sure at some point he offered you something. Have he ever offered a female to you or offered you to join an orgy or anything?
Bro, we was on a tour bus one time. He had 2 snow bunnies. We picked them up in Dallas. One of the NBA basketball players introduced him to her. He asked me to go get something. I went and got it. He said, yo, Gene, they want to F you. While he was laying in the bed with both of them. And I said, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm all right. And walked out. That's the only time. And then we ended up taking those snow bunnies to Atlanta, right, with us. They went all the way from Texas to Atlanta. And when we got out the bus, it was funny as I was dying. As soon as we got the bus, the snow bunnies was coming off with Puff. And these girls stopped. And they said, I know that ain't Sean Puffy Combs with 2 white girls. Some girls was yelling that out. Yo, those girls were on the next thing flying back to Dallas. After all them other guys had used them on the bus. They might put in a suit against them. Even though they was strippers from the club. Damn. Because they would go in the bathrooms, like they'll come out, because he had the big suite back there in the tour bus. They'll come out of the bathroom and God bless the dead, whoop, and I ain't gonna call the other person's name. They would take him in the bathroom, misuse him, then send him back there to puff. That was crazy. It ain't funny, but that's what was happening.
So I gotta ask you, right? Because you was working for Diddy around this time when him and Jennifer Lopez broke up. And we all know that she broke up with him and she started dating one of her dancers. And it's the same situation with Diddy and Cassie, where she broke up with him and she started dating the trainer. So how was that like back then when you was working for Diddy and he broke up with, Jennifer Lopez? And how did he react to that?
Well, first and foremost is that he was trying to get Jennifer back. And she was using her personal assistant to let him know wherever Jennifer was at. That's why when Jennifer said that she'll pop up. One time she popped up and she was somebody. There was I think 100 dozen roses. Who buys a chick 100 dozen roses or something like that? And it was because her personal assistant at the time had some kind of lead. Her personal assistant had some kind of what you call it, owed Diddy something. I don't know what she owed him, but she would let Diddy know wherever Jennifer was at so he could do something. He was trying to get Luther Vandross over there to sing to her. You know what I'm saying? He was gonna sing. He was trying to get Luther Vandross over there to sing to Jennifer. But Jennifer wasn't going for that.
So, as I told you guys, these are the new lawsuits that are out against Diddy. For you guys who don't know, Diddy has 6 lawsuits from Tony Buzbee out. Tony Buzbee, the lawyer out of Texas, has had a lot of big cases, man. He's a big-time lawyer, man. He's had a lot of big cases, and now, like I said, he's come with 6 new lawsuits today. Out of the 120, he dropped 6 today. He said he was going to start doing it today, so I suppose he's going to drop more tomorrow. I suppose that he'll drop more tomorrow. I think this is going to be a thing where he's going to be dropping them all this month, man. I think this guy's going to be dropping lawsuits this entire month. And again, he's naming entities. He's named the Marriott Hotel that he's suing in one of them. I forget what other place the other guy named. The other guy named a different place. I forgot what's the name of the place he named. But the other guy named another place. So they definitely out here trying to get to work on this situation, man. It's crazy, man. What's going on, you guys, man? It is a scary situation right now out here in these streets, man. But, Diddy's up against it right now, man. I mean, he's got these people coming out here from every direction. And now I just read a new updated report that says that Diddy's lawyers have denied, say that Diddy has denied all of these allegations and said that they're all lies. They're all lies. They said that they're every last one of, these lawsuits are lies. None of them are true. Is what Diddy's lawyers are saying. They're saying they all fabricated allegations. I do have to put that out there in this video because I wanted to see if there was going to be a side from Diddy. You understand what I'm saying? That was going to speak up on this. I had to see whether or not they were going to let him have a side in this. From his team, we're going to put out a statement, and obviously they did. They put out a statement and they said that that it's all false allegations against him. They said none of them are true. None of them are true. And so Diddy's up against it right now, man. I mean, he's got everybody talking about him on the internet right now, man. Everybody's coming at his helmet right now over these new allegations, man. And so, like I said, the lawyer said that Tony Buzbee said that this week, he said that they're going to be filing the lawsuits against Diddy and entities this week. He says next week, when he double back, he says that he's going to be filing lawsuits against co-conspirators, people who he says helped and participated. So he says he's going to be other big name celebrities that are going to be named in these different lawsuits after this first row of lawsuits he puts out, is what he said. And this is what else he had to say. I'm going to let y'all hear this as well. This is what the lawyer for all these people had to say. And he said he had over 3,000 calls. They basically filtered the calls down and got evidence enough to file a lawsuits with 120 people out of the 3,000 that called.
Depending on the age of the victim, you can file these cases, these individual cases, under Jane Doe or John Doe. Each state is different in that respect. Typically, there is a balancing test, like the public's right to know the name of the victim and plaintiff versus the confidentiality and the safety of the plaintiff. So we'll have to struggle with that with each one of these cases. Our intention, of course, is to, like we always do, file these cases under a pseudonym until the court tells us otherwise. But let me share with you a few, just kind of give you a sense of the kind of cases and the kind of instances that people are calling and reporting that we are trying to corroborate, vet, and these are the ones that we've already corroborated, vetted, and collected evidence on. One individual who was 22 years at the time she was assaulted said that the typical MO at one of these parties that have been widely discussed in the press was that when you were handed a drink, and now we know that the drink is laced with something, if you refused to drink it, you were kicked out of the party. Now, let that sink in for a minute. I mean, the admission to this party was that you had to drink the chosen drink that was handed to you. And now we know that in most cases, I would say 90% of the cases, these individuals were drugged with some sort of drug. That was kind of the MO. Another instance, this individual who was 9 years old at the time was taken to a audition in New York City with Bad Boy Records. Other boys were there to audition as well. All of them were trying to land a record deal. All of them were minors. This individual was sexually abused, allegedly by Sean Combs and several other people at the studio in the promise to both his parents and to him himself of getting a record deal. Another instance, another minor told allegedly by Sean Combs that he would make him a star, but he needed to visit with him in private about it, away from his parents. Once they were in a private area, allegedly Mr. Combs made the victim perform oral sex upon him. Another incident, an individual 15 years old at the time, flown to New York City to attend a party, was drugged and then taken into a private room, allegedly in the presence of Mr. Combs, where this female individual, minor, was raped, and then other individuals took turns raping her. Another individual, 26, at the time of the occurrence, was picked up allegedly by Mr. Combs and several other people in a black SUV from the airport, was given one drink in the SUV, and then literally woke up the next day not knowing what had happened, but with pain and damage to both her vagina and her anus, where she was dead. She then went to the hospital. She was missing her underwear and her shoes. Another instance, the individual, this time not a minor, attended a group dinner, allegedly with Sean Combs in Miami. She wasn't drinking because she was pregnant, but whatever she drank at the table, apparently, at least according to her, was laced with something. She blacked out, and she woke up in the same bed, again, allegedly, with Mr. Combs in his mansion in Miami. Her vagina and her anus were torn and sore. And I could go on. I mean, literally, you're sensing a theme here. It's the same theme, and it all involves some sort of drug. One instance, an individual who was 20 years old at the time was asked to attend, just saw her on the street, asked to attend a party in a hotel. She was flattered, went to the party, was given one drink and doesn't remember anything else. Ultimately, was so messed up, went to the hospital where they found cocaine and this horse tranquilizer in her blood system. I want to give you a quote from a very young man who told us over the phone about his experience and all the things that happened to him. He says allegedly at the hands of Sean Diddy Combs and his friends in the effort to try to sign a record deal. This was kind of what he was told he would have to do. His quote is, "Had he not been in power, I feel like I could have been something great. I quit the industry because of what Sean Combs did to me." And that's really what it comes down to. We are pursuing this, asking you to support this effort, to encourage witnesses and victims to come forward and bring your evidence so we can continue to break down this wall of silence and we can continue to have these stories heard. This is the beginning of what I hope to be a national dialogue. This type of sexual assault, sexual abuse, and sexual exploitation should never happen in the United States or anywhere else.
So, yeah, y'all, this is the news that's going on. They put Diddy, they put the Marriott in the lawsuits. You got multiple men that dropped lawsuits today, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be more tomorrow and this week that come out, man. This is absolutely just devastating stuff that you're reading, man, allegations. But again, Diddy's team has proclaimed their innocence. Diddy has proclaimed his innocence, and he's innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Until he's been proven guilty in a court of law, he's innocent. Now, I believe he's guilty. I believe that Diddy is a piece of trash, and I believe he's guilty. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no respect for Diddy. Diddy has for long treated the people around him like shit. He's treated black folks like shit. I don't respect the clown. So I think his ass is guilty from what I've seen. Everybody has a right to their own opinion. He does have a right to a trial. He does have a right to prove himself innocent or guilty. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, again, he ain't the only one. You know what I mean? He ain't the only one. You see a lot of these guys talking about trying to skip town. I saw yesterday, I did an article on my other channel because they don't send those notifications out on this channel for some reason. I did an article on my other channel where they was talking about Ashton Kutcher being bothered and, you know, by all these Diddy things and potentially wanting to leave and move to Europe. And I read another report today about Justin Bieber feeling away and alienating all the people around him and being devastated by these situations and these, you know, things that have been surrounding Diddy and his name around it. And so now he's devastating. You hear you hear, rumors about other people as well who are trying to cut and run, man. It's just funny, man. It's funny, you know what I'm saying? And again, man, we're going to see them videos come out, man. You know what I'm saying? To those other people that's in those videos that's doing this stuff against these, especially against, like I said, man, it's not right to do this shit to nobody, man. Well, you allegedly doing this stuff to young people, man. I'm telling you right now, man. Anybody I see it, bro, they getting the whole cook, bro, because you don't do that, bro. You don't do that, man. I'm sorry, bro. You don't do that, man. You know what I'm saying? They're helpless, man. And I have, like I said before, man. You said what's my other channel? It's Ticket TV live streams. Ticket TV and then the word live streams. That's my other channel. I did a video on my other channel about that yesterday. I do videos on my other channel all the time. I do more videos on my other channel than I do on this channel. Ticket TV live streams. As a matter of fact, I put it on the screen for you guys so y'all can see what I'm talking about. My other YouTube channel. But I just told you guys, man, like me personally, man, like I said before, man, I want to see all of them. You know, I don't have no favorites in this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Any of them that was involved in that BS, man, you know, they gotta go, man. Gotta go. That's the name of it right there on the screen, y'all, my other channel. But I'm just telling y'all, man, you know, I don't see the same smoke, but people upset about Ashton Kutcher saying that, oh, now you don't want to raise your kids in the Hollywood environment and they want to leave and go to Europe and have a different man, whatever, man. Like I said before, man. You know what I'm saying, dog? I don't get no excuses, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just letting y'all, you know what it is, man. You feel me? Is everybody telling the truth? No, I don't believe everybody's telling the truth. I say it again, I don't. But are some of these people telling the truth? A lot of them telling the truth? I believe so. Man. And listen, if you called the doctor at that time, you went to the doctor, if you went and filed a police report, you can prove it at that time, bro. I mean, who are we to tell the people that they capping if they did it at that time? You know what I'm saying? Money is power, y'all. When you got money, you can do a lot of shit, bro. A lot of shit. You know? And that's just what it is, man. It's sad, y'all. I need everybody to hit that like button, though, man. Matter of fact, I'm going to do this for y'all right now. I know the brother asked me about that, so I'm going to do that for you right now, brother. I'm going to do you a solid on that right now. To y'all who asked me about this, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to get this to y'all. Y'all can go check out my other video I did on that situation. Y'all can go check that out right now, right? And I'm just gonna put a link. I'm gonna put a link in the comment section. I'm gonna pin it at the top, so y'all can go see that other video I did yesterday on Ashton, because I do other videos on my other channel, right? And I did videos on that yesterday. You know, like I said, I do a lot more content on my other channel, right? There's the link to my other channel in the chat room right there. I just pinned it at the top of the live chat. You guys should see it right there. That right there, all y'all got to do is click that link right there. It's pinned at the top of the chat. Or y'all can follow me on my Telegram too, man. And like I said before, I put the updates of all my videos on there. Or y'all can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But that's my other channel right there. I just pinned it at the top of the comments. All you got to do is click that link. And you guys can go subscribe to my other channel. And you will see the video up there on my other channel I did yesterday. You know, and all the other videos I do on this stuff, man. But like I said before, man, you know, y'all let me know what y'all feel on this, man. I dropped the link again in the chat room to my other channel. That's the link right there. It says youtube.com/, you know, Ticket TV live streams. That's the link to my other channel. It's pinned at the top of the chat. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Hit that like button on y'all way out. Share and subscribe, man. You know what I'm saying? He'll have his day in court, and we'll see what happens when he has his day in court. Y'all let me know what y'all feel. Peace.